Last video for the night. Last braid. So now we can talk about City of Veils. This video's also probably going to have two books in it. So City of Veils is a 2019 fantasy by S. Usher Evans. I don't have ton of facts for the books that aren't sequels. Yeah, it makes the intros a little bit more awkward for me. So the City of Veils is about a girl named Brenna who is going to be queen after her father and brother were killed. She doesn't want to be queen, but she has to be. She's at the Veil. She's a vigilante and she's fighting for something. The Captain Felix of the Guard believes in her. Catherine too, her sister-in-law. The council hates her and she hates them too. It's all very annoying. Brenna wants to be rid of like a super crime boss, and Felix lets her find the crime boss, and she'll take the crown, and whatever. Daytime stuff must continue, and Brenna is kind of just a pain. She's very, very annoying, and it's like, honey, if you didn't want to be queen, you should have left town. And like the guard said, Felix, he says that they always knew where she was, and it's like, well, why didn't you bring her back? Why are you letting her just play vigilante? And I know that means that then she probably would have been killed along with her brother and her dad, but still, also, where's her mother? Like, what? Um, Felix goes out with her at night while she's the Veil because he has to protect her, and but he has kind of delicate sensibilities. And a queen in training, as a queen in training, she meets the crime boss like during a thing. I don't remember what it was. Um, Brenna acts without the council and she almost dies, and Felix doesn't trust her, and people keep telling her that she's wrong for being a vigilante and she could do so much more as queen. Brenna became the Veil because she killed somebody and honor or something like that. And her father also endorsed the crime boss, and Felix resigns. But crime boss isn't the big bad. There's another queen that she really should not have listened to, who's actually the big bad. And everybody listens to Bad Queen, and the lady who trained Brenna in order to be the Veil is going to help her, even though she's the one who had Brenna kill whoever the fuck. Um, this round of books seems to have a pattern emerging of me not wanting to finish the books that I read, and I really don't know why. But like, I can't stand this book. It's so annoying. Like, as soon as they said that she was princess, I knew the crime boss would either be a red herring or forgotten, and he was a red herring. I knew the council would hate her, and I knew Felix would be her love interest. Like, come on. So annoying. Um, like, Pirate Lady was mentioned. I knew that that was coming back because the lady who trained Brenna was like a pirate or something like that. And when the twist happened with the queen lady, I wasn't like super interested, and like Brenna was left for dead, and the pirates found her because you should never leave your protagonist left for dead because obviously they're going to come back and fuck all your shit up, but whatever, I guess. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Hang on. That's not good. Um, Maybe my standards are just too high for books like this. I don't know. Like, why would she be a vigilante and then they not arrest her because vigilantism is illegal in this town? Is it because she's the queen? Like, or she's the princess? Like, I don't know. The royal reveal wasn't as big as it could have been. It should have been bigger. Brenna just gets on my nerves the whole book, and she doesn't get rid of the crime boss when she has the chance. So that's still a thing, I guess. I don't know. Like, maybe I sound annoying, but why do you people think that Romeo and Juliet gets read and reread hundreds of times over, even though people already know how they end? Because it's the journey. That's why there are so many adaptations of things like Pride and Prejudice, and why there are so many adaptations of things like Romeo and Juliet. Because it's the journey. It's not the end. And like, in the end, she decides that she does want to be queen, even though she spent the entire book saying that she didn't want to be queen. And I'm like, well, what is the fucking point then, bitch? Brenda is just a very annoying female protagonist, and this book goes between the selection and All of Us with Wings, because this one is almost as annoying as whatever. The next book, I also didn't fucking finish, but somehow it ended up pretty high on the list. The next book is called A Shaper's Promise and is offered by Karen McRae and is the first in the Aura Shapers trilogy, and it was published in 2018. This book goes between Black God's drums and Shelter of the Most High. I'm so angry. Kai is a dude who slept with Grayson's older sister, and Grayson is boss man, and Grayson wants to give him a painful death. And then we meet Anna. Anna's mom is dead because she's a healer, and in this universe, when you heal somebody, it takes a bit of your life force. But Anna has a scaly birthmark, which could mean her death because she's special, but she's fine. She's gonna be fine. Her mother like ran a brothel, and the girls from the brothel give her money and like an address to help her. And Anna can see auras, and this is a bad thing apparently. She gets an antsy horse named Blue to listen to her and like calm down, and like she tries to leave the city, but Blue won't leave without his owner. So some of Kai is Blue's owner. Some of his friends come up and are like, "Hey, what are you doing with his horse?" And like that horse usually doesn't listen to anybody else. And Anna's like, "I'm gonna go off on my own, and I'm gonna go to this college where maybe they'll help me." But in all likelihood, they're actually probably gonna kill her if she goes there. And she ends up having to stay with them, and they find out that she can like kill people with auras, and this is a bad thing because during the war or whatever. I don't actually remember. I'm reading my notes because I just did a whole lot of it and I'm trying to figure out where I end up. The guys' names are Sai and Spider, by the way. Those are his two friends. They find Kai in like 2 seconds, and also his name isn't actually Kai, his name is Finn. Also, there are some people chasing them because apparently people with white auras can be corrupted very easily, and Big Bad wants to corrupt all of them because they're very powerful, but I guess Anna's not about that life. And Kai, whatever. He can do like friendship magic to make anybody like really, really, really like him and want to be his friend. So he tries to use it on her, but she turns it back on him and like makes him pass out. She's not got very good control of her powers except when it's convenient for the plot. And she also can't read Kai's aura because of like his friend thing. He reflects people's auras back at them. So yeah. I also think that Finn is gonna end up being her love interest in like the next books, even though I don't plan on reading it. I don't care enough to want to find out. Finn wants to get rid of her because she's a threat, but Sai and Spider are like, she saved us like tons and tons of times, so maybe we shouldn't. She also saved you, so maybe we shouldn't. And they go to the capital city, and at this point we start getting chapters on the bad guys, but I don't really care. I don't really know what was happening. They just tell them about Anna and how they need to go get Anna, but so they go to the capital, there's training, they talk about the big bad, and they tell the big bad about Anna, and he's pretty angry about it. I don't know. This page got ripped somehow, so I just wrote around it, like my notes. I just wrote around the rip. They take her to the king, and he's skeptical, but Finn's dad vouches for her. I don't remember where Finn's family came from, but they're in this story too. So there's just like a whole lot of training, and the bad guy chapters are very boring. After the last book, though, because I mean, I didn't have a whole lot to say about the plot of City of Veil, so it's nice to have something more book relevant to say. It seems like a lot of the chapters are kind of pointless in light of not having a second book. Like, you want your books to at least stand on their own and be fine movies on their own. Like, the first Matrix movie is a fine movie on its own. It does not need its sequels in order to like make sense. And this book feels like without the sequels, the first one won't make sense. So what's the point? The prologue doesn't feel like it matters because Kai's not the main character. So Kai is also saved by like chapter 10. No one really gets on my nerves in this book though, because I guess everybody in the last book got so much on my nerves. So I also kind of wish that a female character could just exist. Like, I really don't want Kai to end up being her love interest. Just let a female character exist to be a female character. I think the last book that I read where the female character didn't have a love interest was probably Black God's Drums, which that's not a good thing. I don't know. I didn't feel a sense of urgency. Like in Prince of Darkness, I felt tension in the stakes, but not in this book. I did kind of enjoy it. That's why it's on the good book list, but I won't be returning. So, yeah, between Black God's Drums and Shelter of the Most High. Yeah.